Bob finally makes his appearance. After the maybe dream, the trip entered a fresh phase. It was weird because I really thought, judging by both experience and my clock, that it was winding down. I'm sure even a couple of buttoned-up federal straights like you can appreciate that it's hard to describe something so abstract in concrete terms. So I'll just say it was all colder and starker. Darker, maybe, too. And the house was super eerie. Eerie, Indiana eerie. Silent. I couldn't, in my new state of mind, even remember if that bag of bones was rattling around upstairs or glued to the TV or not. It was hard to imagine a world above me, let alone those 5 weird rooms I explored just days before. I knew for sure I was in no state to wander around that mausoleum of a home. I stared at an object for a really long time, and the edges became less and less, defined, and it gradually merged into the wall behind it, and soon, or not so soon, I found myself staring at a blank canvas. Not a literal one. My entire field of vision was a blank canvas, and I traced a line that grew from below, a fine dark dividing line, a hairline fracture in reality that split my world. But I didn't recognize its significance, was not startled or scared until it began to widen. Before I knew it, it was a foot-wide dark strip. I rubbed and closed my eyes, and it stayed put. I was scared, for want of a better word. Tried to tell myself I was dreaming, but got lost in the middle of the sentence. Little silver dots sparked off that blank space, and soon I was looking at the wall again, but it was blank now. No shelves or knickknacks or stains, and it zippered open. Like I said near the start of my ramblings, it fucking zippered open and the bricks parted like the seas for Moses. Yeah, I know why you're looking at me that way. It must have been a dream, right? I was walking down an invisible corridor and came to a big solid bastard of a door, like I didn't know, like you might imagine in a Russian submarine. 6 inches thick and solid steel, and one of those wheel lock things, whatever they are called, and a square mesh window near the top, about eye level, but too fucking grimy to see a single thing inside. Nada, bupkis. And I go in. There's a lot of stuff here, maybe some of the stuff from above, the cherubs and eagles, etc., or maybe just reminded me of that stuff that I don't remember. Then there's what I can't forget. Sat on a high-backed wooden chair, carved, is a thing that reminds me of that thing in the old TV show where the comedian skeleton is telling horror stories. You know, like a puppet, and he giggles all the time like a meth head. Well, he's like that, but real and scary and dark, a skeleton human-sized, fully grown, but maybe a few extra bones here and there. And some things are out of proportion. He's covered in slime from head to foot, kind of translucent, and it smells, and that's why I christened him Bukkake Bob. Your friend looks confused, officer, and I'm not explaining. Bob's eyes are black or empty with little white pinpoint at their centers. His fingers are a little too long, and he stretches them out before me. I recall the Medusa from my dream. He speaks in a foreign tongue. What did he say? What did that slimy little motherfucker, that nightmare-inducing piece of shit, say? He said that I hadn't fallen for the calling, and there was still time for me to release the truth. But I must journey further than I ever had before and risk everything. He then pointed to the clock, a very tall desk clock, the only other thing I can remember seeing clearly in that room, of all the objects I mean, and said that. And I'm going to give it to you word for word this time. The doomsday clock is winding down. Others are lost too. There's nothing to fear because there is nothing at all. Time is luck. Go to the location and retrieve the box of truth before the clock stops. And now I see the clock for real, and it's scarier than its owner. 2 feet of elongated, glossy bones, 3 different faces. One moved forward very slowly, the other backward so fast the hands blur. One appears still, but that one has the most archaic symbols around its face. The hands, all the hands, are like tarantula legs, and I couldn't even tell you if that's a simile. I don't even know if it was really there or not. Yeah, you got me. I believed enough to go to the location. Good question. What location, right? Well, I'll give you a hint. We met there. I found it in the morning or whenever I woke up from sleeping one off. It was on my PC screen, stamped out in a Word document I don't remember opening. One page, large capital letters. Phoenix Reset Data, Electrum Industries, Ernest Road, Mansfield, Nevada, 10010 USA. Naturally, I Google it and find out it's a real place. But then I guess all things considered, you guys are more than aware of that. But an address doesn't prove magic, doesn't prove anything, except maybe the old dame thought every day was the 1st of April. So I go upstairs, get some tea, confirm that yes, she is indeed away somewhere, watch the rain, watch the birds, got that nice come-down warmth and empty-headedness. And suddenly my future doesn't seem so bleak or so confusing. That is until I sit down at my desk to finish my tea and check my email, and next to my Bitcoin ticker, propped up against my Star Trek insignia mug, I see a long bone. A bone drenched in slime.